Peter, you know the phrase crazy cat lady, right?
Yep.
It's been a commonly used stereotype or metaphor, whatever you want to call it, referring to a woman, perhaps an older woman, who lives a rather isolated or semi-secluded life, maybe not married, maybe a bit eccentric, maybe has some mental issues, but has all her cats for companionship. Is that a good description of the stereotypic phrase crazy cat lady?
I think so. There's a profile to that.
Well, a recent study pretty much debunks this stereotype. The study published in the journal Royal Society Open Science suggests that people who own cats are no more likely to experience mental or social problems than those with dogs or no pets at all. And cat owners have the same levels of loneliness, depression, and anxiety as everyone else. The study said, quote, "We found no evidence to support the cat lady stereotype. Cat owners did not differ from others on self-reported symptoms of depression, anxiety, or their experiences in close relationships. Our findings, therefore, do not fit with the notion of cat owners as more depressed, anxious, or alone." Now, this conclusion backs a similar finding by researchers at the University College London in 2017, which found no link between cat ownership and the development of psychotic symptoms. Okay, so before I go on to a couple additional findings from the study, let's talk about this stereotype, crazy cat lady, and this study debunking that myth. First off, do you believe the stereotype exists?
Yeah, I think it's a real thing. I don't know if it's a stereotype. I think there are people who are like that, and you can say you're one of them.
But do you believe that women who live alone with a dozen cats are mentally unstable?
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
But not something that you could capture in, those standard psychological measures. I think they're a little off, but maybe not, mentally ill.
So you think there's something there?
Something, yes.
A woman with 6 cats, 8 cats?
I knew you were going to do that. I know. But I know what you're saying, Lori, so I'm just going to offer an off-the-cuff sort of range that if you've got 3, 4 cats, you can definitely be okay. But once you get into 6 to 7 to 8, that's transition zone. And more than 8, it's highly worrisome. How's that? For the Spiegel range of propensity to be a little off.
So you're saying there's a spectrum?
No, there's a risk profile.
A risk profile, and there's a threshold.
Yes.
At which you fall onto this risk.
Well, you don't fall. Well, it's gradual. It's gradual.
Okay.
Yes. It's a risk factor. The more cats, it's a correlation. Okay? It's like an R value.
I remember R value. So you're saying the number of cats owned is one of several factors.
Right, that you might be a crazy cat lady. And I think it's the most important one. So if you've got a lot of cats, then chances are higher that you're going to fit the rest of the profile, being older woman who's maybe a little eccentric, than if you have, 2 or 3 cats. I mean, crazy cat ladies don't have 2 or 3 cats, right? They have many more.
Do you think that crazy cat lady you're speaking of starts out slightly anxious or depressed or neurotic, and with each additional cat, she becomes a little more kooky?
Oh, that's so good. You're thinking like an experimental psychologist now. This is so good. And, I know UCLA was involved in this research also, so be assured that our tax dollars helped fund this research. So we should all feel good about that.
Do you believe that the more feline friends you have, the crazier you are? Until when? Until you become classified as a psychopath or hoarder?
Well, hoarding is a thing, and it starts probably small and gets out of control. Psychopath, I don't think we can go there. That's okay.
But there's some propensity.
And what the underlying things are have to be, who knows what leads to it,
Okay, well, you're leaving it sort of vague as to what you believe someone crosses the line from being normal to psychopathic. But anyway.
Psychopathic. You keep on going there.
Now let's say in addition to those 20 cats a person has, let's say 10 cats, there are 2 dogs in the house. Does that make it a pathological situation? Or by having 2 dogs, it protects you from landing on that spectrum of craziness?
Oh, that's good. Like a buffer, a moderating factor. Yeah?
Right.
So dogs bring you back to reality a little bit.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah, I would say that's probably a real thing.
Really?
Worth studying, worth tax dollars funded research. Let's go for it.
Now, we keep referring to this person as a lady. Do you think men without a spouse or partner and who have many cats exist? I mean, say you move into a new neighborhood and someone tells you that you have a reclusive neighbor who lives with several cats. Would you just automatically assume that person is a female?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I know, maybe
Maybe you're sexist? I wonder how crazy cat lady stereotype got started.